Welcome to Violeta Inc. I'm Elena Cázares. Today we have another spotlight card. It's a little bit different. We are not gonna make a card design. We are only gonna do the frame for the card. Very simple card, just with a frame. This is a digital image by Power Puppy, and this is the frame I'm gonna be using. This is one of the frames that I'm gonna be using. And I'm just making sure that I know exactly where I want the frame to be. This is the second frame that I'm going to be using, and they do not belong to the same set. I will be linking in the description the two sets that they belong to. So we are going to choose what paper we will like, because probably your coloring is not going to be the same as mine. Choose something that will match with it. That is the beauty of making your own frame. You can use any paper you like, any design you like. And with these apples, I really like that red coppery color that the apples came up with. I colored this with Prismacolor pencils, and this paper is Fabriano paper, watercolor paper. This coppery color, I think that is perfect to be like in between the red and the green that these apples have. So that's what I chose. It is from the Tim Holtz two packages that I purchased some time back. I've been using those packages a lot. This is an old embossing folder. Any embossing folder you find will be great. Now I'm just making sure that it will be the right size. You see how beautiful it looks? It's just gorgeous. So now we're gonna cut it with the frame. This is gonna be our first layer. Again, measuring. It took me a long time to color this image. I don't wanna cut it the wrong way. And making sure that the second frame that is gonna go on top of it is actually the right size. This is something I've never done before, but I'm very excited. I really like the opportunities and how many choices we will have by making our own frames. This is a cutout from the second frame, and I just chose something a little bit lighter and a little bit less shiny. The idea with these videos is for you to use what you have. You don't have to go and purchase anything new. I am using dyes that I just find anywhere on my stash, and I'm not sure why my hands were doing that, but I think I was panicking about something. Oh yes, I want to give it, at that moment, that's when I decided I wanted more dimension. So let's add a little bit more. I do not have another dye that will fit into the second frame. So what I did is I cut this piece of paper from the same paper that we used for the first frame, so it can match. So you can see I'm cutting a little bit. I put double-sided foam tape in the back. You can see the little strips right there. Measuring again because I don't want to mess up my image. So when you see a frame, all frames, of course, they're not going to be one piece all together to make the square or the rectangle. They are actually straight pieces. So to give it a little bit more of the realistic type, the realistic look, we're gonna cut it, which is exactly what I did right there. It goes from the outside, well, from the outside, not from the inside. From the outside right there. From the outside corner to the inside corner. Now, mistake number one. Do this after you added the double-sided foam tape. I didn't do it. Now I'm gonna distress a little bit the corners of it, because in a real frame, in a wood frame or metal frame, this will be like a coppery kind of frame. It will be distressed at the ends, right where the pieces meet. And actually, when it already has the foam tape, it won't be so difficult to do the distressing. I am using Distress ink in Fossil. I believe I will link it in the description box. And now while you see me doing this, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. Also, you can follow us on Pinterest. I did have a little bit of a problem with this material of this paper, getting the distress ink. I'm gonna have to investigate how to do it better. This is our note card, which is 4¼ by 5½. And of course I did that, and then I forgot, oh, I need to put the double-sided tape, and here it goes. And this is why I'm saying for you to do this first, because then I had to be doing these little squares and a little bit more, and then cut it in a triangle. Okay, so this is how I cut my image. It's a beautiful image from Power Puppy. I just loved it as soon as I saw it. The texture you can add to the wood. Beautiful. So I want to make sure that I place my image exactly where I want it. So I'm gonna be marking it with pencil. You don't have to worry about the marks because remember they're gonna be covered by the frame. And I'm just gonna attach it with double-sided tape. Coloring this image was really fun because you get to use greens and yellows and reds, and then the texture. I really love this. So you're gonna be seeing a lot more of my pencil work and the cards that we're gonna be showing you how to make. So this is my first piece. Very carefully. And honestly, I don't know how this frame even came up to look kinda even. Kind of. Because I'm not measuring anything. I just put it there, and I should have measured better. But remember, this is one of those that you learn, just watch it, and then don't make the mistakes. I'm very good at pointing out, don't do this. But the texture, I love the texture. The frame, I love the frame. So I am going to be doing this more often. I will be doing it without frames and with frames, with dies and no dies, I meant. Just to give you more ideas. So right here, this is where I should have measured better. I should have waited, but no, Elena knows everything and she just went and placed it there. And now I have this overlap. So I'm gonna have to cut it. It's not gonna look the same as if it was perfect. But then again, everybody's gonna be looking at your coloring. That's the idea of these videos, to spotlight your coloring. And the frames are gonna be pretty simple to make. You can make 3 or 4 at the same time, and whenever you have something that you want to frame, tiny mini frame, and then give it as a gift, you have it ready. Now I'm gonna be adding the second frame. This was cut from Cryogen paper. I use Cryogen paper a lot for my coloring, for my Copic coloring. On our first class for Violeta ink, our coloring class, we're gonna be using Cryogen, and I'll be talking a little bit more about it and how simple it is to use it. You will love it. It has a little bit of a shine. Anyway, this is in another color. That one is Cryogen white, and this was in gold. I also used a embossing folder for the second die. The same embossing folder. I didn't want it to look all mismatched. There, I'm very proud of myself. Like, oh, it's so cute. Now we're gonna add this other part, which again, I didn't have a frame this size. So I was brave and I decided to make the frame by myself, just with little strips of paper. Remember, we are adding double-sided foam tape to all of these pieces. And yes, I'm just eyeballing it. I didn't measure it again. One day we will have a video where there's no mistakes. When that video is gonna be, no idea. But for now, you can learn from this. You can share this video on all your Facebook groups and your Instagram and tell your friends. We need more people to come and follow us so we can start doing lives. That will be kind of fun. Well, the problem with my strips is that now they are not the same width. How? I think it's because they were so small, and that's it. That's my excuse for today. On this image, when I was coloring it, I do not use Gamsol. Everything is blended just with the pencils. That is it. This was how I learned to color from Amy Schalke from Vanilla Arts. And this workshop is called Color Pencil Plus. You will love it. And here I'm still struggling. I've seen some crafters that they have such a clean space. That's not me. And again, it's overlapping on one side, but this one is a little bit more understandable because it was just a strip. It was not a frame. Imagine how beautiful this card is gonna look when you give it to a friend. Unique, super unique. Nobody is gonna be copying you, nobody's gonna color the way you do, nobody's gonna make the same frame. Don't forget to follow us, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This is gonna be the end of the video. The last little piece. I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye.